This is something that's pretty common when studying, and it's something I'm sure we all face a lot. We know we have heaps of study to get done, but we just feel unmotivated, or we just feel like we can't be bothered. So today I'm here to give you all of the steps that I take when I feel unmotivated to study that I am certain will get you studying too. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Harry and I'm an aspiring medical student in Australia. So we've got a bit of a different setup here today, gang. Usually the desk over here that I'll normally film on is gone. That's over because we're currently moving house. So I've already disassembled that and taken it to the new place. So today we are filming on just this little beauty right here. So it looks a little bit different, but I'm sure we'll make do. So today I've got 5 super simple steps that you can take that I'm sure will guarantee to get you studying again when you have absolutely no motivation. So let's get into it. So our first step here is just some super simple goal setting. So when we're studying our content or we're feeling a bit unmotivated, we want to be asking ourselves, why are we actually studying this content? You know, what we're actually going to achieve from studying this content, and then how we're going to actually achieve it. And it's a very standard goal setting mindset, I suppose, where we want to be ensuring that what we're actually doing is moving towards a long-term goal of ours that we actually have some value out of and we actually want to be able to achieve. So naturally, it's pretty important to have a clear reason and a good direction on how we're actually going to reach those goals. And these 3 questions make it really clear on how we're going to get there. If you are struggling to actually sit down and get some work done, I do find asking these 3 questions is a really good way to kind of re-engage us into our studies. However, if this all fails, we do have a backup plan. Because I tell you what, it is incredibly difficult to feel motivated to study about the cholera outbreak in the 1800s and then somehow be able to relate that to modern day paramedicine. It just doesn't work. Our second step here is exercise. Now, I find that whenever I'm in a bit of a study slump and I've just got no motivation at all, my brain just kind of fogs over a little bit, and the last thing I could possibly consider doing is sitting down on that desk and getting some work done. So the one thing that I find that is almost guaranteed to get me back in that zone is exercise. Now, there are hundreds and hundreds of articles and studies outlining the clear benefits of exercise on your health and study and concentration and whatever. So I'll just summarize real quick. Basically, exercise releases endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin. All things that help to regulate and improve our concentration and mood. And apparently, even something as simple as a 15-minute walk is enough to trigger the release of these chemicals to help get you back in that study groove. Now that we've gotten off the couch, we've moved our muscles a little bit, it's time to start studying, yeah? Now our next step involves making it as easy as possible for us to start. This simply means removing any distractions from our environment, as well as removing or reducing any potential barriers that may actually prevent us from studying. This is important because you can have all the motivation in the world, but if for you to start studying, you need to pack your bag, have a shower, clean the stove, catch a flight to Paris and break up with your girlfriend, it's probably not going to happen. Like I've mentioned in other videos, we can't get good, solid, deep work done if we have distractions around us. So anything that's going to cause any issues at all while studying, get rid of them. Now, I don't know about you, but I find studying can get pretty tedious and pretty boring sometimes, especially when you're learning something that you just don't care about. So when I start to feel this attention fade a little bit, what I like to do is that I like to make things a little bit more exciting. I like to make it a little bit fun. And the way I do this is that I usually give myself another 1 to maybe 2 hours more of study, and I try and challenge myself to see how much I can get done in that time. So this would generally be anything like challenging myself to see how many notes I can get done, or how many flashcards I can make, or how many flashcards I can go through. But really, it can be absolutely anything that you like that you think is going to kind of challenge you or motivate you a little bit more to get more work done. I find it's really almost a fun way to kind of alleviate the monotony of studying. And I find that when I challenge myself in this way, I actually find that I get more done in that 1 to 2 hours than I normally would have. So it's a bit of a win-win. Our last step here is to make sure that we reward ourselves. I mean, we've just managed to get ourselves off the couch and sitting down to study for at least an hour. That's a pretty commendable achievement, so you should treat yourself. Now, I think it goes without saying that the reward should be something that makes you feel good and satisfied, because closing your laptop and then immediately heading to the family get-together where Auntie Karen has yet another theory about how young people are entitled and lazy probably isn't much of a reward. As well as this, it's also a really good idea to know what your reward will be beforehand. This way you can receive that positive reinforcement immediately. Because the longer the time between the action and the reward, the weaker the association and the less likely the behavior will actually be repeated. Thanks, Pavlov. I really think that the next time you're feeling unmotivated to study, taking these steps will really help you get into the books that much faster. If you found this video useful, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down the bottom because I really do appreciate it. I've made a playlist as well outlining how to best study for exams that apparently a lot of people have found very useful, so maybe you could as well. Feel free to leave a comment down below about how you stay motivated to study, and have a good one, and until next time, see yous. Really do.